But there's one item that I always used to pass up. I never picked this up. I've been picking for almost 20 years. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker and Commonwealth Flipper or something. We're in the cabin, we're in the cave, we're somewhere. Sophie's with me. She's scratching now. What's up, girl? So we had just as many sales in here as we did out there, and we haven't had that in a while, so I figured, you know what, let's go back old school a little bit and let's do a video in here. Sophie was already in here with me anyways. She was napping at the time and now she's awake, so I better let her say goodbye and then we'll get back to it. There you go, Sophie. You want to tell everybody hello out there? Strider? Alright, see y'all. Never fails. She always wakes up right when I start talking to this camera. I think she knows. It's like Pavlov's dog. Literally. Alright. Hey, we had some decent sales today. Nothing out of this world. But there's one item that I always used to pass up. I never picked this up. I've been picking for almost 20 years. And the first maybe 15 to 16 years, never bought one of these items, and now I'm picking them up and they're making pretty decent money, and I'll let you see that. I think that one's out there in the Commonwealth cabinet, but let's take a look at what's sold in here. All right, first item is this cycling shirt. I think this was a Goodwill buy and it was a half off buy, so at our Goodwill, I don't know how yours are, but once they've been in the shop for a month, or 3 weeks, they have a certain tag there. It's 50% off. And I remember buying a bunch of cycling shirts thinking, you know what, I'm not going to buy these. They're not great money, but if they go half off, I'll go ahead and pick them up. And we picked them up. Me and Blue Ridge Mama picked them up. And they've been in the store still after half off, putting a decent price on them for over a year. Sold for $17.81. Free shipping, but it cost us $2. So we're making a decent amount of money. All right, this one was a freebie, sort of. So it was bought at Goodwill. Blue Ridge Mama wore it, and then decided she didn't want it anymore a year or so later. So we got some use out of it, I'm sure. Hey, let me know in the comments. Do you buy things at Goodwill for yourself that you know will resell when you're done with them? Or at a garage sale? We do that every so often. I certainly do it for sure. This one sold for $11 plus shipping, and it costs $4. So there's not much profit in it, but she probably got a year's worth, at least one season's worth of wear out of it. All right, here's something I just took kind of a stab in the dark at a private pick. I picked a lot of stuff, and this lady at this private pick was just amazing. I loved her. She was awesome. Just this older lady. Her husband was there, and he was a sweet old guy too. And I just said, you know what? There's few things she was trying to sell things off. You know, I think they're in the downsizing mode, maybe time to move into a facility or something like that. I got that vibe. And so I obviously got the things that I wanted, that I thought I could make some money on. But when she pushed an item on me, I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up, thinking I could make a little bit of money on it, but I probably wouldn't have picked it. This was one of those items. So the jumbo checkerboard that you'll see like at Cracker Barrel. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to part this thing out. I'm going to sell the jumbo checkers, by the twos, you know, one black, one red. And I'm going to sell this off separately. I don't think anybody had one listed. I'm like, I'm going to list it. Somebody will do it. Because I know people like to make their own stuff out of wood, you know, their own checkers and different stuff like that. And I'm like, they want one of these. And that's exactly, well, I don't know if it's exactly what happened, but it happened. $13 plus shipping on this. And I bet I didn't pay but $1 or $2. So $13 plus shipping, you know, we'll make $10 on this. Selling those parts off, you know, 2 at a time. What is there, 15 checkers, I guess? I think that's right. You know, we'll make $25 on those over a lifetime, and we'll make a decent little $35 on something like this. I picked these up, the treasure plates, and there's different, I guess, I don't know if they're counties, but they said treasure and then different numbers. I picked these up for $1 a piece. It's working on over a year ago at this point. The first couple sets I sold off and got some really good money, like $40 a set plus shipping. This one ended up going for $24 plus shipping, which is pretty darn good for $1 buy. These specialty plates usually do pretty well. Now, the smaller numbers are going to do better. Like if you had like a 95, you know, if you graduated high school in 95 or something, like somebody I know, maybe somebody, you know, from Virginia, then somebody would want to buy it. Or maybe you played football and you were number, you know, whatever, 88 or whatever. So the smaller numbers are a little bit more valuable. Once you get into the hundreds, I mean, you know, I'm not sure who's attached to the number 117, but there are people attached to those lower numbers for whatever reason. Maybe it was the date of their birth, maybe it was the year they graduated high school, maybe it was the year they got married, maybe it's whatever. But I can't think of why you would be attached to the large numbers. But $24 plus shipping. All right, here's an item I tried to push on eBay a little bit. Bought a bunch of records and stuff, and I knew most of it was going to go in the booth. I usually try to pick out the best few and get my money back on eBay, and then the booth stuff is just pure profit. It's usually the way I think of it, and I thought, yeah, this one will sell, you know, $8, $9, something like that. And I dropped it. It's finally sold, $7, free shipping. So $2.80 in media mail, so it's not making much money, but I'm glad it's gone, and I don't think a viewer bought this one. If it was a viewer, Misty, I appreciate it. For some reason in the back of my mind, I saw a message somewhere. So if it is, Misty, I appreciate the support. If it's not, Misty, you're not watching this, but I still appreciate the support. Hey, 2 Enaman sales today, and neither one left a message. So I'm going to give a thank you to Colleen and to Bob. We hope this guy gets things moving for you. Appreciate it. You know, I see a link when I explain the Enaman to people on the show, even though 95% of you have heard me say it 1,000 times. I sell like 8 of them the next day because new people want to know what the heck the Enaman is all about. And you know, we get 50, 60, 80 new subs a day sometimes, and you want to know. So if you want to know what the Enaman's about, leave a comment below, and one of the people been around for a while, they'll let you know. Speaking of Pavlov's dog, every single time I turn the camera on in here, I want to say, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. But we've already done that. We've done that inside the eBay cave in there. So I'm not going to do that. We had a few things selling here, and one thing in particular that I wanted to talk about, and it's something that I used to just never buy and never even think about until one day, I don't even know what started me looking them up. And then I'm like, holy cow, there's a little bit of money in some of these, and I've been selling them ever since. But before I show you that, let's take a look at what's sold. All right, this has not turned out to be one of my greatest retail arbitrage buys. These are from Walmart. You probably recognize them. $14.97. Now, I got these for 90% off and bottom of the barrel. So I have very little money into them. However, they're not great sellers. This sold for $18, free shipping. So we're not making much, even at that low buy point, we're not making much money. And I haven't sold that many of them, but I think there's a quantity of maybe 8 or 9, and we're down to 5. I'm hoping to sell them out this Christmas. And there's a bunch of other styles as well. There's a gingerbread man, but $18 free shipping is not great money. But inflatables in general, I love to sell. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. Normally this time of year, I have 5 or 6 Halloween inflatables, and I have, I think, 1, which is no good because those are good money makers in the fall. This one for Christmas, however, not so good. Sold another item from the Sunny Shares sale. We've been selling quite a few from that one lately after like a month with none at all. And it's because of our 15% off sale that we put on our store. And let me know, have you run any sales lately, and has it worked for you, or do you never run a sale? So let me know in the comments. But this one, I think after the sale, no, this one wasn't on sale. I've just been selling these things all of a sudden, I guess. That's great. $18, free shipping on this, and it's probably under 12 ounces. Pretty darn light. So nothing big as far as cost to ship this out. It's going to go out first class. But it's from Sunny Shares, so after all the fees, after the shipping, it's a consignment deal. We're going to split it 50-50 with Sunny. And had another Sunny Shares sale, too. Now, that's 2 days in a row where we had something. Last time it was motocross. This is, I don't know, what the heck is that? It's like a dune buggy of some sort. Let me know out there. What is that thing? It's got, looks like it's got 2 wheels on the back, 2 wheels on the back, and 2 on the front. So 4 on the back, 2 on the front. Is that a dune buggy of some sort? I don't know. I should probably know that. Anyways, it says Art Guild 2D. And this one, I think I had it listed for $40. And I took an offer for $30. And sold both of these style tank tops, I think. Actually, yesterday's wasn't a tank top. And Dave from Midwest Pickers out there said that he remembers wearing a shirt like yesterday. So you remember this one out there, Dave? So I love selling this stuff. This stuff's cool. $30 is a decent amount of money. I mean, this is a 4-ounce shipper. So even though we're consigning it, we're still going to make a decent little profit. All right, this is number 16. And so if you've been watching my show for a while, you might know what I'm talking about. This has got a great story. You're not going to see this video for a while because it just happened and I haven't got to the editing process, and I'm a little scared, to be perfectly honest with you, to put it out there, because there was an elderly man at this sale. He was it wasn't a wheelchair, but you could tell he's kind of confined a little bit, although I did see him get up later. And he had a veteran's hat on, just a great old guy, and his wife was there. And I didn't have to, but he had an item that I wanted to resell, and it was just too much for me to make money on. And I'm like, am I going to haggle with this veteran here? What am I doing? I can't put this on YouTube. And so I tried kid gloves with it, and he was just terrific. And I ended up asking him, hey, what will you do? And he ended up taking it, and that was awesome. I'm not so sure what I'm going to do with it yet. We might even sell it off and maybe give the proceeds to charity or something in his name. But it was just an item I just couldn't pass up. But at any rate, this was there as well, and I bundled it with a few more things on top of what we made our big purchase of. And it's not in great shape. These will go, these old metal Band-Aid ones, the 70 bandage one, I mean, they'll go for $8, $9 plus shipping sometimes, but this one wasn't in terrific condition. So I put it out there for $5 plus shipping, or so I thought. But I didn't. I put it out there for $5. So I'm literally breaking even. I might make a couple pennies on this thing, and that's about it. So I was a little upset when I saw that, and then I saw it went to a viewer, and I'm like, forget it. Great. A viewer got a great buy here, and I'm happy. He says, hi, I'm a viewer. I remember these from when I was a kid. So do I. I'm a second grade teacher, and I plan on using this to store paper clips. Best wishes to you on the start of a new school year, Sam. So that is awesome. I don't know if that's Sam. You guys are killing me with these names here. If you're a male or a female. But either way, thank you so much, and I'm so glad you're getting it. I'm so glad I didn't put shipping on there, and a viewer got it, and I'm so glad a teacher got it on top of it. And I hope those paper clips stay in this thing for a long, long time. All right, I picked up the camera for a couple reasons, but one of them is that a viewer sent us a wonderful little gift. I want to show it to you, but I'm going to show you this camera that's sold and talk about cameras just a little bit. All right, first off, I am no camera expert. Matter of fact, whenever I have a camera question, I go to my buddy, Rideshare Reseller, and he helps me out a little bit. And he's got a couple videos out as well. So if you want to look him up, or if you have any question, he's also on Instagram. So check him out on Instagram, Rideshare Reseller. And he's always happy to answer my questions. I'm sure he'll be happy to answer yours. He used to do photography, and now he's a reseller, just absolutely crushing it out there in California. And I'm jealous of all the stuff he gets on Nextdoor app. But this camera right here, I picked it up quite a while ago, and it took quite a while to sell, to be honest with you, but it's a great one. It sold for $50 plus shipping, excellent condition, and it is working, and that's tough for me, how to test these things out, and that's why I have him, so I go talk to him. But at any rate, I usually will pick these things up sometimes with them. Hopefully with them, but sometimes separate if I can get something out of a free bin, and then it's just a nice little way to package it up. Sometimes I'll put them in the picture, sometimes I won't. I didn't put it in this one because that camera is a pretty nice camera. Now, if I had like a $15 camera, little 35 millimeter, I would probably put this one in the picture. But I wanted this to stand alone, but then as a surprise, they'll get this little thing with it, and sometimes it makes them happy enough to leave you good feedback. So $50 plus shipping. I did not ship a 35 millimeter camera. I did not sell one, probably for the first 15 years of reselling. Of course, there was a time there where they really weren't worth that much, and now they've kind of come back, and some of them, you just have to look them up, are really worth some money. If you're new to reselling, one thing you can do is just type in just generic, 35 millimeter cameras or whatever kind of camera you want that's a film camera. And you could go to completed listings and then reverse look it up. So you're going to go to the highest price plus shipping first, and you can familiarize yourself with some of the best cameras out there. This isn't one of the top of the lines, but it's not a bad one right there. $50 plus shipping. I paid $1 for it. All right, a sweet little letter from a viewer, and I'm going to let you take a look at what she sent us. All right, Sue, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I have read it all. I actually marked it up, But I am just going to show the people what you sent us. And she says, thanks, Sue, at the end here. She says, have a fantastic fourth quarter. And it is almost upon us, y'all. It's time to list. Get it done. Whatever your goal is for the day. Up it by 10. Up it by $10 or up it by one listing. Get ready for Q4 because it's going to sell this year. I have a feeling. All right. North Georgia Picker. Now, she wrote a whole kinds of stuff in here, but one thing I want to point out is she is from this county right here in Georgia. So we are going to find a place for it back there. And this, I don't know if y'all know this. I haven't talked about it too much. You know, I talk about California a little bit. Obviously, I live in Virginia. But I lived a little bit in Eugene, Oregon. And I just loved it up there. Just gorgeous. One of the most beautiful places in the summertime you could ever imagine to be. Wintertime, I got to tell you, I think I'll go somewhere with not quite as much rain. But absolutely gorgeous, and I love my time in Eugene, Oregon for sure. And I love the coast and Bend and all kinds of gorgeous places up there. At any rate, so that one's special to me. I think I have, see how I put that Oregon one right there? Because, you know, California, Virginia, and Oregon. So those are the three places I've resided. So I put them right in the middle right there. But we are going to find a spot for all of these for sure. So if y'all want to send us something, even though we have those other, all 50 states, you know, we still have, look at all this room we have back here. We've got all this, we can put stuff up all the way across almost. You know, we've got these empty ones here. So we've got plenty of space left here. Look at all that space where we can put this stuff up. All right, we might throw in some kids sales here or something here pretty quick. But I just want to say thanks for joining us. As always, thank y'all so much for the support and for supporting my kids. I really do appreciate it. Hope y'all are selling stuff. Hope y'all are getting ready for Q4. And we'll see you next time. Hey, Sophie's back. And Reagan, my little homeschool hustler. Yep, there you go. Camera goes on. Sophie goes nuts, huh, Sophie? All right, Reagan, we have a sale out of the Homeschool Hustler store, which means you get $1 to
spend, $1 to save, and $1 to donate.
That's right. And for Reagan, that means she gets $2 to save and $1 to donate because she doesn't spend anything. She's saving it up. You're hoarding it up. You take after your daddy, I think, more than your mama. All right, what is that?
It's a Harry Potter set.
Yeah. Do you like Harry Potter?
Yes.
Does your mama read it to you?
Yes. We're on book 5.
Book 5. Wow.
And it's like the longest book ever. It's like 840-something pages.
It's a long one, isn't it? Mm-hmm. All right. And you watch it. You read the book and then you watch the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That one's going out to Troy at Mount Man Treasure. You know Troy, don't you?
Yeah.
Reagan did an interview over there on Troy's show. So if you don't know Mountain Man Treasure over there, head over to his channel and then send him a message. Say, hey, where's that interview with Reagan? That was a fun night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you've done almost as many interviews as I have. All right, that is headed out. I think $15. Troy, I don't think I saw a message from you. So I don't know if you're trying to do it incognito, but I just outed you there. So it's a little under 9 ounces. So if you have the right box, you can get this stuff first class, which is good because it's going to Montana. Hey, 2 sales out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store. The shirt behind you, right? And that was going out. They're both going out to Will. I think, did you pull an XL? Is that what that is? Okay. And we were out of gray XLs. And a lot of people wanted an XL, but there are a couple blue ones left. The gray ones are on the way. Some folks asked for larger sizes. 4XL, 5XL. So we even ordered some of those for y'all. So those are headed our way eventually here. They should be here in a week or so. I think, hey, you know, that reminds me of something. I said I was going to put a couple of these over. These were the extras. We were afraid they were going to have too many breaks because we were sending out first class. And they didn't, which was awesome. So I think I'm going to go ahead and post 1 or 2 of these over there on CommonwealthPicker.com because so many people wanted that first run mug. So we'll put a couple over there. If you're hearing this, they're probably gone by now, but hey, what the heck. All right, Reagan. Will asked for you guys to autograph the big sticker.
Yes.
Yep. And the other Will asked for a little sticker. And so we always throw these little stickers in for free, even with the big sticker. So if you order a big sticker, you get a little sticker. Yep. All right? Okay. Thank you, Will. Bye. Both of you. Bye. I have a question here from Chandra. I think that's how I pronounce it. Sorry, I know the acoustics in here aren't great. It's actually my classroom. So it's a pretty big space. There's nobody in here but me, but it is what it is. How do you know when it is best to use pirate ship over eBay shipping? So it's going to sound like a smart aleck comment, and it's really not. You need to check. But it's not feasible, plausible to go check every single time. I suppose it's not that hard. You know, you can keep both screens open. They import into each other. So I would say this, you know, you hear a lot about pirate ship. I talk about it. I love pirate ship. But out of my eBay orders, certainly maybe 5% go pirate ship, maybe. So it's not like it's always a money saver. It just isn't. Small items that are heavy, that are going a long distance, I think you're better off on pirate ship most of the time, so I check those. So I just kind of ask myself, you know what, if it's 4-pound item, 5-pound item, but it's really small, the kind of item I would typically put in a region A box or maybe a region B box, then I would go check pirate ship. Also heavy items that you can stick in a bag that aren't, you know, breakable, but they're heavy. Those are decent items to check pirate ship as well. Regardless, even if you don't ever use it for eBay, I would go sign up for a pirate ship account or some other account, paying retail prices at the post office or standing in line at the post office, especially with the holidays coming up. Not a great idea. So many people are so generous to send us gifts to our P.O. box, and it is amazing that folks do that. But out of those gifts, almost, I would say half of them come at retail postal service prices. They're going to the post office and doing it, and you can save a bundle of money just with your personal stuff, sending stuff through pirate ship. So hopefully that answers your question. Thanks.